Hello, my beautiful people. Welcome to my channel. I am Janae, the HR queen, and not that hostile HR person that everybody hates. You know, the hall monitors, the micromanager. That's not me. I am retired from corporate America, and I am giving humans resources they need to succeed in anything, and in particular, my minorities and women. So here we go. You quit. Oh my gosh. Now what? First off, pat yourself on the back. It takes so much courage to walk away, to say enough is enough. So I'm proud of you. Pat yourself on the back. Second, you're not alone. 4.3 million Americans walked away from their job in August. 4.4 million Americans walked away from their job last month in September. So we are in the midst of the Great Resignation, and there are reasons. People are frustrated, low pay, not flexible arrangements. Millennials and Gen Z are taking over. And I belong to the millennial class. I'm really a zennial. I was born before the internet, 83 baby, woo woo. But millennials and Gen Z are taking over the workforce. And if they do not feel that they have the perfect fit at a company, they're going to move on, basically. That's it. And employers need to get with that. But anyway, I'm going off on slightly a tangent, but let's get back to it. So you quit. Now what? You have two options. You change your career, you go find another job, right? Or you start your own business. You can also go into like OnlyFans, but yeah, I don't recommend that. But anyway, let's get back to it. So you're changing your careers. I want you to start thinking about what is it that you desire? Why did you leave your job? Do you want to change fields? Are you not fulfilled? Are you lacking something? Do you have a passion for something that you haven't been doing? Write it down so you really understand what your desires and wants are. So you're not just hopping into another job, right? You want to go onto the career websites like, you have LinkedIn, you have Indeed, you have Career Builder. Look at the top companies that you're interested in working in and go to their careers page. For the career websites, you want to set alerts. So if there is a job posting that fits your criteria, you need it to alert you, right? So you can get your resume out there. Now, talking about resumes, it is time to tweak your resume. I'm sure you've heard this before, but I can't reiterate it enough. If you are, depending on the job or the company, you should be tweaking your resume every time you apply for a job because every job description is different. You need to be honing in on your skills and your experience, right? Next, you need to be networking during this time. So many people think that once you quit, you're just going to go find another job. That's not the case. I think especially now people think that they're hearing about all the labor shortages and all the things going on, and they think they're going to find greener pastures somewhere else within a day or two. I hate to break it to you, that's not reality. It may take you some time to find what you really want. So you need to start networking, talking to people. Hey, where do you work? If you know somebody that knows somebody, you would be surprised who knows who, right? So don't be scared or afraid to admit that you're in the midst of changing careers, right? Some people like get quiet about it. Oh, I quit and I don't want people to know. I'm embarrassed. What am I going to do? Don't be embarrassed. This is the time where you ask for help, and help could be a form of networking. Introduce me to somebody. You never know. You might be in the right place at the right time, right? So you're going to network. If you have, so let's say it takes you some months, I hate to say years, right? But let's say it takes you months, right, to find another job. You're going to explain that gap in your resume to the hiring manager. It doesn't necessarily mean that you are not as qualified as the next person because there is a gap in your experience. So don't worry about that. I'll have another video explaining that later on, but don't worry about the gap. And last but not least, don't settle. Whatever you settled for at the last job, that's why you're quitting, right? Because you're not fulfilled. Don't settle. Know what you want before you go in. And I'll have more details about that, how to not settle, knowing your worth, interview etiquette, how to beat the AI for resume intake, all that kind of good stuff. But that's another video, right? So that's what my career changers are going to do. My new business owners, the people that are like, hey, I'm going to take a stab at it. Let me do this. Let me try it. Kudos to you. First off, there are going to be days where you are going in completely insane, right? There are going to be days where you probably cry. If you're a woman, I'm a crier. Where you cry, where you want to give up, where things aren't going your way, where you haven't had a sale in I don't know how long. It's okay. It's part of the game. Patience and consistency are key. But let's say you don't know anything about business, right? You just got out, you just left. What do? Do you have a business idea? If you are going the entrepreneurial route, oh my gosh, then you probably or you may already have a business idea in mind, right? If you do, that's great. Here's the time to develop that business idea. So you have this idea, right? You've done your research on it. You looked into it. This is what I want to do. Okay. So have you thought of a business name? If you have, below I'm going to give you links to check if the name is taken, right? Because you don't want to start operating under this business, growing your customers and clients, and then all of a sudden you go to file for your LLC or S Corp or whatever, and the name's taken. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to check for that prior to this. Second, I want you to get your domain name. There are people that are against websites. There are people that are for websites. I am a huge advocate of getting a website. One, because we all saw what recently happened to Facebook, right? I've been preaching to people for over a year now. Make sure you know how to move if Facebook gets shut down. I said this before it got shut down I think it was a month ago or so. You have to be able to operate without the social media platforms if need be. So that's why I am a huge advocate of getting a website. And when getting a website, right, I use Wix. I am a huge fan of Wix because it's user friendly. They also have a component to where you can change your website into an app. So it's great. I've also used GoDaddy. But I've used GoDaddy to buy my domain name. A domain name is your website, right? Your website name. That's why I want you to go, once you find the name, if it's not taken, I want you to go and buy your domain just so somebody doesn't buy it. And when you buy your domain, you can do it from GoDaddy or Wix, like the two websites that I mentioned. When you buy it for like a few years, right? It doesn't cost anything. Domain names start as low as $2.99. It really doesn't cost that much. So that's why I want you to go buy it so nobody else takes it, right? When I saw that www.thehrqueen.com was not taken, I was so ecstatic and bought it right away, right? So nobody else can. So that's the second thing you need to do. So first thing, you're going to think about the business idea, right? Write it down, okay? Then you're going to search to make sure the name is not taken, okay? Bingo, it's not taken. 3, then you're going to go get a domain name from either GoDaddy or Wix.com, okay? After you do that, then I want you to get a business email. If you sign up with Wix.com, they have a business email. And I'm sure GoDaddy does too, but I just have used Wix. So that's why I'm giving you Wix as an example. You can get an email for $6, right? It's not that much. And it looks more professional. So my email is Janae at thehrqueen.com. I'm branding myself. That thehrqueen.com instead of gmail.com makes it look more professional, right? That's just what it is. Now, let's say you don't have $6 right now. And hey, we've all been there. It's okay. If you don't have $6 to spare, you can set up a Gmail account for free until you get that $6 to start branding and looking more professional. But you want a way for your clients or customers to contact you. And I prefer email because I love my people. I love all people, right? But people will try to be slick and tell you that, no, this is what you said. This is what you said. This is what you did. No, no. Right here, it says that I didn't say that. Always have a paper trail. So that's why I love email. Get an email. And then lastly, I want you to get business cards. You should always have a business card on you. And it doesn't have to be anything fancy. You don't have to have a business address. You don't have to have this big title. All it has to have is your contact information. And that contact information could be your TikTok handle. It could be your Instagram account. My 14-year-old daughter is a business owner. She's been a business owner since she was 11. And so she has business cards, and it's just her picture on one side, and on the second side it is her Instagram and her TikTok. She hands it out. She also puts that same business card in her packages when she's shipping them, right? Just as a little reminder. These cards, you can get like 250 of them same day for, I believe, like $14, right? You can pick them up the same day. If you don't have images to put on the card and you want to put a nice looking image on the card that has to do with your industry or your business, your niche, go on to Pixels. I'll put the information down here, and you can download free high quality photos. You don't have to hire this photographer right away, do product shots, all that good stuff. They have websites for that. Use stock images. So those are the 4 things I want you to do right away. Then I want you to stay tuned for my next video, because then we're going to go into entities, LLC versus S Corp. If you're in California, should I have a LLC in Delaware? Why does everybody have a Delaware LLC? I'm going to tell you. Like, subscribe, turn on your alerts. I'm here just to give you resources to succeed. Stick with me, and I got you. Candid mentorship all day, every day. I'm going to tell you the truth, even if it hurts. Stick with me.